Hello there guys, Elita Legionarii here, and today I am being fairly brave and perhaps foolish and playing Germania in a 31k game. Now for those of you who know 31k, Germania is really, unless it's in a team battle, I mean Germania never gets used, almost never. It's really a big no-no because it just doesn't have that enough, to get rid of that many urban cohorts in Praetorian Cav. It really just doesn't work very well. And I went to this fight and I thought to myself, there's no way I'm going to win this fight, but I just want to see how it might work, because I think Germania could be quite good in team battles as long as you're protected by your Roman allies and things. But anyway, I'll just pause it quickly before I begin. Now, I wasn't entirely sure on what build to go with here, but what I was generally going for was kind of like a tanked up version of my CWB based build. Basically, as you know, I'm pretty good at using them in CWB games against Rome, but they're really not a 31k faction. Whoops, sorry about that. Don't know what happened then. So I just have, I believe it was 10 spear warband. I think it was. I got one up front for the meat shield. Seeing as it's got 121 men, I can probably get away with just one. Then I believe it was 5 in the front row with no lines in them, so the urbans won't be able to squeeze through. And then I have another line of 4, I think it was, behind, or 3, and then my general behind, and this is to keep out Cav, or Cav getting around behind. Then I've mixed in, I believe it was 5 units of, I think they were completely maxed out Chosen Axemen, and 2 completely maxed out Berserkers. That's going to be the power. Now what my thinking was is to fuse them all into this line, because he's going to bring archers. I mean, it's Germania, you should definitely bring archers. And my thinking was that if he does bring archers, I'm hoping that a lot of the spear warband will soak up that arch fire, so I can look after my Chosen Axemen and Berserkers, because I don't need to be losing those guys, because if I do, I'm going to get destroyed. And then I brought 3 Gothic Cav, just to, perhaps if I get a hard push on the flank or something with my Berserkers and Axemen, if I get a good wedge charge at the same time, I could cause a chain rout, and with the Berserkers the whole thing could keep going. That's what I was trying to go for. My opponent this time is Heaven's Mercury too. He was a nice player as well, and another good 31k. He has, I think he's got 10 gold urban cohorts. No need for Peeler shields here, obviously, because I'm not going to be throwing a Peeler back at him. Then he's brought 4 Archer Auxilia. They're going to be very effective if you use them right, and then he's got 6 Praetorian Cavalry, which is also going to be extremely effective. However, because I'm using pikes, he's obviously going to have to go round or onto the flanks, because he's not going to be able to push through my pikes there. So without further ado, I will begin moving, because I don't want to have to face off against, I don't want to be stuck for long. So this is going to be very rush orientated. Like I said, it's very different to it's not a faction I recommend for 31k, because unlike in 15k, Rome has got 16k more money to work with here, and as Rome gets more money, it gets harder and harder and harder to defeat. So Germania is really not a faction you want to probably be using in 31k. So I'll say you couldn't use it, I assume, but you never see players play 31k ever do it. So, I just thought, it'd be kind of fun to muck around. I love using Germania. I've gotten pretty good with Germania. I know how to work them. So, I figure as soon as I get into range, I'm going to start running. What I'm going to do is try and get onto the flank of his build a bit. Kind of move around. It's what I like the idea of doing on these 31k battles, because there's a lot of stuff to maneuver, and so if you can get it into position, you might be able to catch your opponent out of position. Now, what I'm going to actually do is a phalanx rush. I'm not going to muck around and let him get any Peeler shots. I'm just going to flat out rush into this melee. So my meat shield will rout on impact. Pretty sure it does. Yep, that routs on impact. But the rest of them, because this is so dense, and you should never underestimate this unit. Spear warband hold for a very long time if there's plenty of them. So I'll be able to hold 4 to 5 urbans in place. Now he's going to pump Peeler into them for sure, but the important thing is he's not pumping a Peeler into the Chosen Axemen and Berserkers, which I'm moving around to the flank. And I'm just going to use these reserve spear band to try and hold them in place. Now I could use Warcry here, but that would just leave them sitting still, and they'd come under fire from these archers. Now my guys stopped running here for some reason, my Cav did, so I don't get a very good charge. But I do see his generals right there on the flank, so I figure got my Berserkers in, got that scare thing going, got a flank there. I put my spears around to face this Cav. I can keep his Cav out. As you can see, they stopped running for some reason. It was really annoying. But I figure I'll get rid of these archers then, so I can send these guys more around and not get any flank shots. Because if I can kill that general's unit, I can cause a rout. So I'm going to try and get rid of some of these archers and then just come around behind him. As you can see, he's getting around behind me. His urbans are going to destroy me pretty quickly here, but I've got a pretty good density going. I was worried about my general a wee bit there though. But as you can see, I got the general, and that was really important. And now I'm right in behind his lines, and I'm going to be able to cause a massive chain rout in a moment. As you can see, look, here I've got the berserkers. His cav is just not getting around. He probably should have kept his cav here and just wedge charged straight up my guys while I charged in. He probably could have routed me. But the berserkers kept this chain rout going, and now I just get my cav back. I'm going to try and ignore these archers for as long as I can. As you can see, my own back reserve line works. He does get kind of in over here, but I did turn my guys around, so that works out well. My berserkers being maxed out are going to be absolutely OP, but I kind of need it, and I cause this massive rout here, and then I can just finally come with a wedge charge in over here with my guys and rout the remainder of his men. So that's how Germania works against Rome. But I mean, I seriously wouldn't recommend this ever in 31k really. This was really me just thinking, right, I'll just have a go, have a crack, see what happens. Didn't expect to win, and then I was a bit shocked when I did. But with Germania, it's always about just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And the moment you lose momentum, you die. So you got to keep going. And I was very fortunate that I got this general very quickly. Even though my cav kind of made some muck-ups here and didn't run very quick. It was a pretty fast one, pretty similar kills. I did quite a lot of men. All the kills go to the chosen axemen and the berserkers really. But I mean, look at these spear warband. I mean, 30 and stuff like that is pretty darn good against urban cohort. 46 here when you're a spear warband. Don't underestimate this unit. When there's plenty of them in mass, they don't rout very quickly. They kind of hold. They're not as bad as you might think, as long as you look after them from Peter, of course. Berserkers, obviously, they were probably the big reason why that happened. And the Gothic cav got rid of those archers. So, if I were him, I actually probably wouldn't have got 4 archers, maybe 3. And I probably would have just wedged my charge in, because I believe those Praetorian cav on wedge would have routed my chosen axemen probably. Berserkers could have been a serious threat to him, which they were, but I guess like in 31k, no one's used to seeing Germania being played, and I was kind of going for that, like see if I can use Germania to cause a bit of a panic thing and go like that and see how I go. And I wasn't expecting to win. I was just experimenting with what might be an okay Germania build for a team battle. This one turned out to be a win. So again, guys, I wouldn't expect this sort of thing to happen very much. And not that I'm a 31k expert, but I wouldn't recommend Germania. It's not really a 31k faction. And I think I was probably mostly just lucky with getting his general so early and stuff there. So good game to Mercury. And just a great game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon next time.